If you have a young child with or without autism, I'm sure you know about Ms. Rachel, who is on YouTube with more than 1 billion views. She specializes in helping very young children learn to talk or expand their language through her videos, and she's wonderful. So today we are talking about the proven techniques that Ms. Rachel and I use to help kids with autism and toddlers showing signs to talk more. Hi, I'm Dr. Mary Barbera, autism mom, behavior analyst, and best-selling author. Each week, I provide you with some of my ideas about turning autism or signs of autism around. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, you can do that now. So today, I'm sharing a short excerpt from podcast 218 with the techniques that Ms. Rachel uses, as well as I use, both in person and on videos, to get kids talking for the first time, to get kids expanding their language, to get kids having functional communication skills that they so desperately need. So let's take a listen. When I was trying to teach my son Lucas how to greet people, because what would happen was they would say, "Hi, Lucas," and he would repeat, "Hi, Lucas." Now, way back when he was 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, I wasn't a behavior analyst, so I had no idea how to fix any of this. But I stumbled upon the idea to get out an actual camcorder video recorder and VHS tapes and the whole 9 yards. I mean, I'm really dating myself, but it is what it is. I mean, this was more than 2 decades ago. And what I did with the greeting problem was I'd have his 3 therapists that would come to our house every day. I had them one by one. I would record the first person's name. Her name was Nina. And so I would record her ringing the doorbell. We'd open the door and have the camcorder going, and she would say, "Hi, Lucas." And that's all she'd say. And then she'd walk in. And then I'd have therapist number 2. His name was Sean, and doorbell would ring. I'd open the door. He'd say, "Hi, Lucas." And then the third therapist, the same thing. And so that video, then I put on a VHS tape and I would play it for Lucas. And then as the therapist came in and said, "Hi, Lucas," I would prompt Lucas to say, "Hi, Nina." And from just that video, he was able to greet the person back, and he was able to generalize that. So that's a good example. And now with iPhones and smartphones, I mean, you could make that kind of video very, very quickly. I've used this technique. I have a bonus video within my online courses that shows the technique being used. It doesn't have to be a doorbell. It doesn't have to be a door. It could be coming in from the kitchen to the family room. It could be all different environments, but basically to teach kids how to wave, how to say the person's name when they greet, for both hi and bye. So that was early on. Then when I became a behavior analyst, and this is if you have the book, Turn Autism Around, which is my latest book. It's almost 2 years old now. It was published in 2021. And in the book, on page 145, is the story of Kurt. I also did a video blog about Kurt, which we can link in the show notes here as well. But what happened with Kurt was his family moved from one location to another, and I became his early intervention professional. And Kurt was 2.5 at the time. He had a lot of services that just weren't working. He was aggressive and self-injurious behavior. He had moderate autism diagnosis. And he had what I now call pop-out words. He had words here and there. And as some of you know, if you've been following me for a long time, I have early learner materials. In my book, I talk about the early learner materials. And part of my programs usually involves Potato Head. And through the use of Potato Head, saying eyes, 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 as I handed Kurt and other kids the eyes, and he put the eyes in Potato Head. Through that, I was there for 2-hour sessions, and after about 4 months with Kurt, he would say 10 words in those 2 hours. And I would have to really work hard to get those words. And I came to find out that the words that he was using were mostly body parts. So I was going to be away. I was going to Hawaii. It was over Christmas time. I was going to be away for a 3-week chunk of time. And as the behavior analysts in listening know, that if a child doesn't become vocal, within weeks or months, I mean, good practice is that you would start sign language. And we were trying to do sign language. We were trying to video me teaching Kurt some basic signs so that they could work on this and they could show the video to the other therapist. And what Kurt did was he ran around, got out of the seat, ran around and wanted to watch the video of me. And then I remembered how video modeling was just such a proven technique and that maybe we should try it. So I made 2 videos that day. We call them the Miss Mary videos. And I had a bunch of my clients use the Miss Mary videos. And we are pulling them out of the vault and sharing with you today, the Miss Mary videos. And the 2 that really worked for Kurt, well, the 2 that we made that day were me saying eyes, nose, as I was pointing to my body parts, eyes, nose, mouth, teeth, glasses. And then I said, hi. Those were some of his pop-out words. I also made a video. The therapist took a video of me standing there singing head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Get the idea. I asked Mom if she could put those 2 videos on Kurt's iPad, and I literally forgot all about it until I arrived back 3 weeks later. And I said, hi. And Kurt said, hi, eyes, nose, mouth, teeth, glasses, hi. And I said, oh my goodness, I forgot about the videos, but you obviously put them on his iPad because he had said the body parts in the exact order that I made them. On that day, instead of getting 10 words in 2 hours, I got 100 words in 2 hours. And we went on to put some of Kurt's programs like touch the banana, and we'd have an adult hand going in and touching the banana. We put all of his programs on video and on his iPad, not forever, but just to jumpstart his program. So for Kurt and some kids, they hyper focus on the video. It gets rid of all distractions. And some of the techniques we're going to talk about are in this video and as well as in Ms. Rachel's videos, which are, have a billion views. So let's go through a couple points. And through these points, I am going to show you and tell you how you can make your own videos and use your own video modeling with the people, pets, and things that your child or clients really like. So before we get into that, I do want to put kind of a disclaimer that the American Academy of Pediatrics does not recommend any screen time for kids under 2. Except for video chatting. And then kids ages 2 to 5 years of age, they recommend less than 1 hour of screen time per day. So Miss Rachel's videos and my videos from more than a decade ago, they are like video chats in some ways. They are like therapy on Zoom, which we have all experienced now. If your child or clients received any therapy during COVID. And so I believe as long as you use screen time in small amounts and you use it to engage your child and really to increase skills, that is probably fine. I did do a video blog years ago, before COVID, way before COVID, on why I wouldn't stop all screen time for kids with autism or toddlers showing signs. And we can link that in the show notes. This is kind of controversial, but I have found over the years with my own son, as well as all of my clients, that sometimes as a mom, you need some time where the child is safe and engaged, where you can, switch a load of laundry. In some cases, the child is safe enough that you could run up and get a shower. We all have experienced where, even typically developing kids get too much screen time. And I would try to keep the screen time under an hour total per day. Even for toddlers and preschoolers with autism. And I know that's hard. And whenever possible, I would try to engage with your child, like watch Miss Rachel for an hour with your child, doing the gestures, doing the hand motions, saying mama with Miss Rachel, and really engaging your child during that time. Don't use it as, put it on for an hour and let your young child sit there and watch alone. So try to keep screen time to an hour a day, maybe in smaller chunks, like 15-minute chunks or 2-minute chunks, or, up to a half an hour, but it's a lot of time. And we know from the research that all kids, whether they have autism, speech delay, or they're typically developing in every way, need to be engaged most of their waking hours. And so when people say, well, is 20 hours of ABA therapy enough, or 40 hours, or what about 2 hours of speech therapy, 5 hours of speech therapy a week? Kids need to be engaged during most of their waking hours. That is about 100 hours a week. And that can sound extremely overwhelming. And I know it is. And that's their waking hours. So if you find that your child, whether they have autism or not, are watching 4, 5, 6 hours of screen time a day, that includes TV, iPad, phone, any electronic device, I would seriously sit down and think about, does your child need a babysitter, a nanny, a mommy's helper, an older sibling to engage? Do they need daycare or something structured? Do they need a special ed setting for part of the day? We need to keep our kids engaged. I hope you enjoyed that short excerpt from podcast 218. If you did, hop on over, listen to the whole episode by checking the description below. And for more information about how you can join our online course and community to help your child, even a child with just speech delays, you can attend a free workshop at marybarbera.com/workshop. It's important for you to take action now and to engage your child as much as possible. If you like this video, I would also love a thumbs up, share it with somebody who might benefit, and I'll see you right here next time.